Back to the TD Podcast. We are your hosts, Tony and Dak, and in today's episode, we are going to be previewing the Week 13 of NFL season. No, we did not coordinate our ball state. No, we did not coordinate anything about what we were doing. It just so happened that we're on the same wavelength.
We never correlate anything, what's going on here. We just kind of go on the fly. Not true. We correlate a little bit, but mostly on the fly around here. Last week was all on the fly. I will personally say I apologize
So is
because
this week.
I was not full go for everybody this week. But I am trying to give full go this week, as I mentioned last week. Um, but we know ball, so we're gonna get that to you
Yeah,
guys.
if one thing stays the same, it's that you're still getting unadulterated content and unadulterated takes. I would say that last week was being our least scripted was probably the most honest we've been. So it was the most just what you got. And I honestly liked it. So if you haven't already watched it, go watch it. I know a lot of people haven't because there's like 2 views on it. So go do yourself a favor and go check out our preseason takes and how they've aged since what was that? That was like the summer. So
July, I believe.
yeah, it's been a minute. So, uh, so in today's episode, we're going to be doing previews. Typically, we'll do a preview and a recap, but because of how we sculpted last week's episode, um, we are just going to do a preview because we have no games to recap. So we'll kick off with a recap, go to our power rankings, and cap off our episode with a 2 minute warning. If you are new, then stay tuned so you can get in the loop with what goes on there. I'll start us off with my first game preview. Well, first game, only game preview. That being the Texans and the Colts. So this is a battle for the AFC South. The Colts are coming off of a loss to the Chiefs. Excuse me. Whereas the Texans are coming off of a win, a big win against the Bills, where they had a big defensive game, 8 sacks, 2 interceptions, and a forced fumble. And they were versatile on the offense as well. Um, Passing for 2 touchdowns and 153 yards, and also rushing for 108. So Davis Mills has kept them above water in the 2 games that he had to play. So good for him.
It's three. I thought it was 3 games.
Was it 3?
It
Has it
was
really
three
been
games.
3 games?
I
No
believe
way.
he's won 3 in a row.
No shot. Oh, you're right. He's 3-0. Okay, well look at that. He's won the same amount of games as CJ Stroud has in 3 games. Anyways, um, that's a little nugget
And
of information there. Um,
we were talking about Davis Mills and how we thought the Texans kind of gave up on him.
that's true.
And buddy's balling out.
This is true. I did say that. I've been a Davis Mills guy for a minute. I honestly forgot he existed though. Up until now,
Stanford, right?
I don't know.
Stanford?
Yeah, I'd be lying to you if I told you, but I can click on it and
I
tell you.
believe it's Stanford.
He is
The Red.
from Stanford. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Davis Mills has led them to 3 wins, kicking them to 6-5, just above 500, and in a big game this week against again division rival Colts, who are atop the division, but coming off of a loss against the Chiefs once again. They passed for 2 touchdowns and 181 yards on offense, and then also ran for 74, and their defense came away with 4 sacks, an interception, and another forced fumble. I wasn't able to watch that game. I had a busy weekend. I wasn't really home. Um, but I did hear from you that there was a lot of penalties. Doesn't surprise me against the Chiefs. But my 2 questions for these teams are for the Texans, can they keep the wins rolling with CJ Stroud back? And I would sure hope so. And 2, can the Colts run against this stout defense because the Texans are top 5 ranked defense. If I'm not mistaken, I did just look at it. Um, they are. Let me find it again. I was prepared. Um, they are league ranking. Where'd it go? There it is. Against the run, they average. Oh, they're ranked number 5. So top 5 run defense.
And they also like, not to cut you off or cut you short or anything,
No,
but
you're
they
good.
also like to blitz the quarterback.
D'Amico
I
Ryans
watched the
loves being a
uh,
nasty guy.
I watched the Niners game earlier on in the year when the Niners played the Texans, and the Niners couldn't necessarily get a stop, and they couldn't keep the offense on the field as well. And that was a Mac Jones, like he played a lot better than what Brock Purdy played on Monday night. So can Daniel Jones handle that pressure? We've seen it twice this year against a team that has pressured him a lot, and the Chiefs and the Steelers, and he kind of struggled a little bit, and they got a little exposed. So, can we see that?
Yeah, sorry. Excuse the loud humming from my house. It's or apartment. It's uh, probably the Mustang that's out by me all the time. So yeah, uh, capping off the preview for the Colts Texans game. My prediction is 24-21 Colts. I really think it's going to be a close game, and I really think the Texans could win this game. It just depends on how CJ Stroud plays. Um, and also, the Texans' offensive line, last I checked, was not very good. So I don't know if that's changed since the last time I've paid attention to Texans football. But Leatu Latu could continue to roll with a big, much improved season on his
Get a
sophomore year.
pick. Get a pick last week. It
He's
was
had two picks this
pretty
season
cool.
because he picked off Geno
Yeah.
Smith too. Bomb.
Yeah, he tipped the ball in the air, kind of like what Grover Stewart did against the Chargers, and then just found it in the air. But my game preview is the first game that most people are going to watch either while they're cooking food or while they're having lunch, and that's the game they're going to watch because they're going to fall asleep during the Chiefs and Cowboys game.
Hmm.
Um, which it's the first game on Thanksgiving, and it's the Lions versus the Packers. Um, this game, the Lions are 37 and 45 and 2 all time on Thanksgiving, so not a great record. Um, but the Packers also don't have a great record on Thanksgiving either, as they're 16, 20 and 2. LaFleur is 2 and 0 on Thanksgiving though, and Campbell's 1 and 3. And Campbell, the last time they met on Thanksgiving, I believe was 2 years ago. Campbell lost. He got his first Thanksgiving Day win last year against the Bears. So I think it's what offense is going to be more efficient. And right now, I think the more efficient offense is the Lions, given who knows what's going on with Josh Jacobs here recently. And Jahmyr Gibbs is going absolutely insane. And I think we're going to get a full dosage of David Montgomery and just go beefy mode and fill everybody's hearts with more than just turkey on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lions win 41-25.
Film of the run game. 41-25.
Yes.
That's quite the steep point differential. Uh, Going to our next section of our video, we have our power rankings. For those of you that are new here, oh, that's not the right thing yet. Hold on. There we go. We have our power rankings. For those of you that are new here, we do 6 power rankings, 6 teams because 10's a lot, and 2, 6 TD, 6 points. It's fun. As you can see, my side stayed the exact same, and Dax changed a little bit. There wasn't much movement this week in the NFL. The Colts lost to the Chiefs, but it was a close game, and like Dax said, there was a lot of penalties. I can even let me go back and just double check what happened in this game.
The
So,
Chiefs had 0 holding penalties. And like that just continuously happens to the Chiefs when they're in close games, and you can go back and you can just see key holding penalties in games where they don't end up getting any holding penalties, where it's like all the rest of the teams in the NFL just magically on big plays
mhm,
get holding penalties called back. Whereas the Chiefs don't necessarily get that, in my opinion. I go all the way back to the 2023 Super Bowl with the Niners and the Chiefs. The Chiefs had 0 holding penalties that whole game.
yeah,
You can't tell me a football team does not hold at least once a game. It's just going to happen. It's the nature of the game.
yeah. So, looking at it from this game, the Colts had 11 penalties called against them, 83 for 83 yards, and the Chiefs had 7 for 57. So, who knows where all those were placed? But yeah, there's a lot of penalties in that game. But the Colts are still a good football team. They're still leading their division. They're still what, second or third in the entire
Third,
conference because
third right
it's
now.
Patriots and then who else? Oh, probably the Broncos.
Patriots,
Patriots,
Broncos,
Broncos,
and
Colts.
then Colts, and then Steelers right now. But I think the Ravens are going to catch them.
Are the Steelers actually up there?
Yeah, they're leading the division. The division's been
No,
really
they're second
bad,
in
but
their
the Ravens,
they're second in their division.
the Ravens guided now.
Yeah, they're 6-5. Uh, yeah. Okay, so it is. So it goes. Patriots 10-2, Colts 8 and no, Broncos 9-2, Colts 8-3. There's a lot of disparity this year in the NFL, especially for the AFC, and I kind of like it. Like they're all like clumped up, so I can get behind that. It's gonna be a fun little off season. But yeah, going back to our power rankings instead of being all distracted like a little squirrel. Um, I didn't change anything. The Rams are still good at football and continue to prove to do
Yes.
so. The Patriots are the same. The Bills, they lost to the Texans. That was the only team I could see moving down. They would still be on my list. Josh Allen had a rough game. Um, but Seahawks, yeah. So if I'm looking at it now, I threw this together in the final seconds of my last break at work today. But looking at it now, I'd probably move the Bills to 6 and move the rest of them up one. So the Bills at 4, Colts at 5. No, Seahawks at 3, Colts at 5, Broncos. Seahawks at 3, Colts at 4, Broncos at 5, Bills at 6. Goodness gracious. Honestly, it's just because uh, my mind is blanking right now. It's been a long day. It was a slow day at work. Um, Not much thought going around in my brain. Who is their freaking running back? James Cook is good at football, and he
Oh,
can.
for the Bills,
Yes,
yes,
he can do
yes.
anything he wants against
Runs the
anybody.
ball the second
So
most in the NFL.
yeah,
Bills are going to run the ball. I like the Rams, Patriots. They're at 1 and 2. Do you have the Lions at 3?
I don't have the Lions on
Not
there.
the Lions at all.
No, so that's probably something else I would change. I might kick out the Bills and.
Um, I think the Lions offense is probably one of the most efficient offenses in the NFL right now.
Well, yeah,
Um,
Dan Campbell picked it up, and they've been rolling.
They have been rolling, and I like what they're doing. Jahmyr Gibbs is on a tear, and I think they'll play another divisional game this week, and we'll see where they're at. Seahawks, JSN's doing really, really good things out there, but they almost got beat to the Titans, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of questioning that a little bit.
Any
They're at
given
4.
Sunday.
I have the Ravens at 5 just because they are winners of, I believe, 5 straight. And once Lamar got back, they have been rolling. He's changing the culture in there before he or when he came back, he moved up the foosball table. He moved everything out of there, and we're focusing on football. And Derrick Henry's getting going. He had 2 rushing touchdowns last week. I really like what they're doing. And then I have the Colts at 6 because I still think they're a good football team. I think they were not necessarily robbed, but just things didn't go their way on Sunday. So I like them, and I like them over the Broncos just because they beat the Broncos in the regular season, and that's why I have the Colts at 6 instead of the Broncos.
Yeah, I would even go a step further than. Well, hold on, would I? Yeah, I like the Colts offense more than I like the Broncos. I would almost said that I like the quarterbacks, like I like Daniel Jones more than I like Bo Nix, but I don't think that's true. Um, I do, however, like Jonathan Taylor a lot more, and I do think I like their. Do I like their offensive line more? No, but I like their weapons a lot more too. So like the receivers and tight ends.
Yeah,
So the
you don't have
Colts
a
offense.
43-year-old tight end, so
Who's their 43-year-old tight end?
Mercedes Mercedes
Oh,
Lewis.
you're right.
It's like 41 or 42 out
Oh
there.
yeah, I forgot he was even out there. He
It's
he
Evan
wore
Ingram.
the
Who knows what he's doing?
he wore those. He was on the Jags when they had those like teal nice jerseys too, back in the
He was on the
day.
Jags, I believe, when Maurice Jones-Drew was there.
He was on
Am I
the.
right?
Oh wait, he wasn't on the he was on the Jags with Blake Bortles.
That was 2018.
Oh, he's
That was Saxonville
been there a
years.
couple times. Hold on, let me see. He was on with Jacksonville from 2006 to 2017. Green Bay from 2018 to
Yeah, I remember
2022.
that.
He was with Chicago the last 2 years, and now he's with Denver at the age of 41 years old.
Yeah. So they have an ancient out there, and the Indianapolis Colts have a freak of nature and can play five different positions on the offense. Receiver can probably play O tackle if you need to because
Receiver,
he's so
tight end,
freakish.
quarterback,
Tight end, quarterback,
fullback,
running back,
running back.
slot receiver.
I
Like
mean, slot receivers, receivers. So,
yeah, he can play it all. So I'm taking that
so yeah,
over them
that's
all day
our
too.
power rankings. Nothing too crazy there today. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we got to keep you updated. We got to keep you up to date. Um,
Yes.
I'd be lying if I said I hadn't. If I This is the most attentive I've been with this year. But man, I've been busy, and the NFL is hard to watch when your favorite team sucks. I'm be honest. Um, it's hard watching good football when, like, oh yeah, it's Sunday and my team gets to play and they suck. Like, it's hard watching every other team be good at football. But maybe I should just get better at doing that. This is a quick little episode for us for our previews.
Yeah.
We
2 minute
we
warnings next,
Yeah, we
and
got a 2 minute warning. So I foreshadowed it earlier in the episode. Our 2 minute warning is where we spend the last 2 minutes of our episode each, so the last 4 minutes, five ish, giving out our hot takes, either for the rest of the season or for the following weeks, something along those lines. I'm going to go ahead and kick us off in about 10 seconds. And I don't think I have 2 minutes worth, but I have enough. Three, two, one. Okay. Once again, Pete Carroll is going to be fired at the end of this offseason, or in this offseason. After firing Chip Kelly, there's no way that he sticks around. However, was listening to a Raiders podcast on the way home from work today, and they were talking about how there's a secret puppeteer, even like above Pete Carroll and Tom Brady. So it's interesting to see how deep this actually goes. But going back to like the actual stuff instead of the conspiracy theories, I would like to see if Matt LaFleur is fired. I'd like to see him. I think that'd be pretty sick. I'm not totally against Clint Kubiak. He's the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. I've seen him with the Saints. He's killing it with the Seahawks, obviously. Again, I don't think that highly of Sam Darnold, so seeing what they're doing is pretty sick. Um, and then they have Trey Tucker, who is basically Rashid Shaheed. And they don't have a JSN, but the draft is full of receivers. So I wouldn't mind them grabbing somebody else there and getting rid of Tyler Lockett and having four young players for the next season. Let's see. Anything else off the top of my head? Not Raiders related. I don't think. Um, yeah, I think
I
I
think
got
you're done.
anything. Yeah, I'm
I
done.
think you're done.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Basically, Pete Carroll's gone.
I'll just go ahead and start. I'll ramble off. Jawan Jennings should not be fined.
He got fined.
If he gets fined, he should not be getting fined. That man was protecting himself and saying, "Hey, we don't put up with that. I don't care what had happened after the game. NFL, you do something because that is ridiculous. You
Trayvon
don't
Mayer got a
punch another man.
game suspension. Only one, which is crazy.
You don't punch another man in his nonads during a play that's not even like not like boom and expect some another person not to do anything when the game is already over. Come on, come on. Jawan Jennings, I respect you. You should not get fined. Uh
Just start a GoFundMe.
the the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are falling apart.
That's true.
And I think the offense is kind of falling apart because people are figuring out, hey, we take away these two, and what else do they have? Chris Godwin's back, yes, but he's not as fully healthy, and their defense is struggling a little bit, which is kind of weird. The AFC South is not as bad as everybody was saying it was going to be. You have three teams above 500 record with a team that's 1-10. I get it, but they also had the number one pick in the draft last year. They're going to be bad for some time. The NFC South is as bad as what we always see it is, and it's still the worst division in football. And Chip Kelly could end up as the Florida Gators head coach.
Look at you ending right at 2 minutes. Um, if you want to see how we or what we expected the AFC South to be like, go look at our last video or go watch our mid-season, preseason aging tick video. Man, words are so hard for me today. Whew. Go watch last week's videos is basically what I'm saying. Um, yeah, so that wraps up this week's preview video. If you liked it, leave a like. Um, thank you, because if you liked this video, Lord bless your soul. There's a lot of chippy chap in here. Like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think down below. What are the games you're going to be watching? What's your favorite side dish for Thanksgiving? Because it's Thanksgiving week. We got 2 more videos coming out this week. We've got our waiver wire Wednesday, obviously dropping on Wednesday, and we've got our bets coming to you on Thursday. So while you're
That
cramming down
show's
some
gonna
turkey,
drop. It's gonna drop early.
mhm,
Okay, that bets episode is gonna drop. Believe we're gonna try to get it out at 11 a.m.
sure,
Just because you can get it out while you're cooking your
mm-hmm,
desserts.
yeah,
A little pregame before you hit the turkey and everything
yeah.
on Thursday.
While you're cooking up your Thanksgiving parlay, let's just go ahead and throw
I'm
that on the
gonna. I have one
TV.
of those guys. I have a Thanksgiving parlay that I'm going to throw in the bets episode. We don't have graphics for our bets this week, but I'm going to throw in a bets episode Thanksgiving parlay that I am really, really, really excited about.
Yeah. So that'll conclude this preview episode. We'll see you guys tomorrow with Waiver Wire Wednesday. Peace.